How do the players take the news? You're dealing with a new coach, you're dealing with a new system. They're trying to build a new culture. You got a few off-season practice or off-season weight training and things of that nature. Then all of a sudden, pandemic comes and it stops you cold in your tracks.
I think football was the last thing a lot of them were thinking about. And honestly, I think that it took me about 2 weeks just to kind of, get my head out from underwater in terms of what the heck just happened. It took a lot of our players kind of a long time to figure out what's going on. School provides so much structure for a lot of these kids, and a lot of these kids come out of homes where they don't have a whole lot of structure. And I think that was a really difficult transition for a lot of them. So it was a difficult transition for them way beyond football and way beyond any of that stuff. It was just hard for them to kind of figure out how, what the day-to-day should look like in any regard. But a lot of them responded really well. We've been running weekly position. As soon as kind of we figured out what this spring was going to look like, and we formulated our plan as a staff, we realized that we had to do the best job we could of replacing some of that structure they lost. So we had very structured weekly meetings. We had position meetings every single week, virtually sharing film with them, quizzing them. We kind of treated it like we were another class they were taking essentially this spring and through the summer and through now. We have a defensive line meeting that's going on right now with our defensive line coach. So I think replacing a lot of that structure was immediately popped into the forefront of what our job was as a coaching staff.
Optimism. When you took the job and when you first met the team prior to the pandemic, how much has that changed, if at all, since the pandemic started? Was there a different level of optimism after your first meeting with the team as opposed to now when we're 6 months in and you're still doing the Zoom interviews and the meetings and things of that nature?
I think it's better. I honestly think the more time we spend, we have a core group of kids that we're getting to come out and buy in, and we've already seen a buy-in from a lot of kids that I think are really, really thankful for the structure we're providing and are thankful for the fact that we're holding them to high standard and we're teaching them exactly what we want from them and stuff. So I think I'm excited about our core group. I'm excited that they're excited. And I think that when I first took the job, we had the first meeting, whatever. It's everyone's skeptical of everyone. But I think having to get to know the kids better, albeit from a distance, and seeing their excitement and kind of their enthusiasm for what's coming up, that's made me more optimistic.
I know I asked you when you first got the job, was your biggest challenge getting them to buy in from the neck up? Because they've dealt with so many, losing games over the last couple of years. As you're now into it, has that gotten better as far as getting them mentally prepared and mentally focused in changing the culture?
Yeah. And I think this was a big test for them too. I think one of the biggest things that you just watching from film, on our team the last 2 years has been we don't deal with adversity well. They get scored one touchdown on, and I haven't spent 1 second on the sideline at Meadowbrook for a football game, but we're just watching the film. But I know exactly what was going on the sideline was we get scored a touchdown on, and everyone quit, and you can see it from 100 feet up on a camera in grainy film on a computer screen. So I think that this was I hadn't thought about it this way until you asked it, but this is a huge adversity that we faced this spring. And for the kids who had to kind of bite their lip and then fight through the adversity, whether the adversity was, do I sleep in past 2 p.m. or do I wake up and go to my quarterback meeting? That was adversity in the spring of 2020. And a lot of them, tackled that adversity and they fought through it. And I think that's something that even, small victories like that are important for our football program, because I think adversity is something that we didn't deal with well in the past. And it's something that every successful football program has to deal with on a team level and on an individual level. So I think just dealing with adversity has been something that I've seen a huge growth in for us.
You kind of answered my last question. Just, this is, I guess, another huge adversity moment for them, but it seems like they are handling it a lot better based on, I guess, the structure and the system that you are bringing into Meadowbrook.
Yeah, I'm hoping they are. I know a lot of them are because we see them every day. I know a lot of them are, we have a lot of kids who are working 2 jobs. We have a lot of kids who have a lot of family responsibilities. And we're obviously very sensitive to that. And we tell them to, come when they can come and, contact coaches, make up meetings and do what you have to do. It's obviously a strange time and it's a difficult time and a lot of people are hurting. But yeah, I think this just, at the end of the day, football is not the most important thing. But if it's something that we want the kids to understand that if they're going to be a part of it, they're going to have to, fight through adversity to make football happen,
Mm-hmm.
and we've got to fight through that this year. And then, beyond that, I think it's a good microcosm for it's life. There's going to be adversity at all times. So, I think they've done a good job. The ones who've really stuck around and stuck with us, I think have done a great job.